Can you hear me?
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Works. Yeah, that's working. Hello?
Hang on. I can't hear from the headphones. Let me move to headphones.
You go to the camera and mic.
That's weird. It's not working headphones.
Yeah, you go to the cam and mic.
Hang on, let me put up the... Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, let me try again the headphones. They will work until now. Hello?
Hello. Hello.
No, I can't hear you from the headphones.
Okay. That is strange.
Audio. Headphones.
You have to go to cam and mic. Go out and come back.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can hear me? Hello?
I can't hear you anymore now.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Let me
go out and come back. Hello?
Mic audio.
Hello? 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 You have to put. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can hear me?
Very good. Okay, you're not very loud, but I can hear you.
Okay. Let me try if I can put it, but let me see. But I'm
yeah.
I'm in my maximal.
Okay, I can hear you very well now.
Okay, perfect.
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. So, hello, everybody. I just want to say hello to everybody. Alessandro from Bajaboard S2 A, the chief designer from the new Bajaboard S2 Atrax. First of all, my friend,
Atrax.
thank you.
Yes.
Atrax. Why this name Atrax?
Okay, so it's a long story, but pretty much when I was designing the board, looking from the front, it looks like it looks like almost like a spider because of don't know. I have a board here. I don't know if you can really see it, but because of the connection I had here, and then these they look like legs, like when you look at a spider from the front. And maybe you can see better like this. Not very well,
wow.
but anyway.
That's the
and nothing. So it looks like a spider, and then obviously with all this new suspension system working, it really looked like a spider crawling over things. And then I researched for Australia is pretty famous for having famous spiders, and I researched a little bit what are famous spiders in our area here in Victoria, where we design our board. And I found the name of this spider, which I think is really cool, called Atrax. So I thought, okay, this board is designed here in Melbourne. This spider you can only find here in Victoria and New South Wales.
Okay.
And I thought the name sounds cool. This to me looks like a spider. Let's call it the Atrax.
How long did it take for you to prepare the new board? Work and designing.
Okay,
and, because you are because you are the designer.
Sorry?
And you are the chef designer, and you are the CEO. How do you came to this conclusion and say, okay, that is now for me the new and perfect board, because you have now that is the second version? Yes.
Actually, no. We have been designing this board in particular, the S2 chassis. We still call it S2 because the chassis I see to be still the same. It's kind of like in car industry where for example, BMW still calls Series 3, even if every year almost there is a new car, but the chassis is Series 3. So the S2, as everyone knows it, it's only 2 versions now, the S2 last year and this year. But in reality, we've been designing the S2 since 2016. So it's been almost 5 years in development, and it took us a long time to get it right, to first bring it to public, because it was very hard to get things working how we wanted to be working. We don't just put, like new trucks, something that is already been designed and everyone already knows pretty much how it works. We test things that no one has done before. So for us, it takes quite a long time to get it right. So we probably have 4 or 5 different versions, I would say. I mean, alteration obviously more, but version, like real version, I would say 4 to 5. And these boards in particular, the Atrax, has been in design pretty much the day that we released the current S2, like the belt version S2. And the reason is, we always want to see what we can do better, and we never stop trying to make better.
Yeah, that is the important thing. That's why the Bajaboard is so big today, and is one of the companies making for us, the consumers. I think is very good, because you make the difficult hard for the other companies. They have to work more and more to and that is very good. I love it. That's the way I have to do it.
Thank you.
For you, when you came to this board, how long the Bajaboard take it to test the boards and to say, okay, now we are prepared to take it out? Normally,
this board pretty much normally, as I said, it takes a long time, because we've been working on this S2 since 2016, and just to bring it to the public took us 3 years. Same thing for the G4 series. So but it's getting faster and faster, I would say. Like, for example, these boards I've been writing these boards or the version of this board for about 3 years. Sorry, a year, 1 year. And so, yeah, like I would say about 1 year in this case, but because we already knew what we were working on, we already, had a base, working base. So it was just a matter of making it better.
Yeah. For you, what I see that you send me some things I want to show to everybody. I know that we're going to show it now for everybody to see. I'm going to put it in the live. Let's do it. Talk about the gear drive.
Yes. Let's talk about gear drive.
Yes. I'm going to show it here.
So I've got a gear drive here. Do you have any pictures there that you want to show? Or I think I sent you a video.
Yes, I'm going to put
animation. Yes, that one there.
Can you talk a little more, because that is totally different than the other gear drives, the way you put it.
That's right. Yeah. So when we do things, we don't do things easy. Let's put it this way. So we choose to go pretty much with the hardest design-wise gear drive there on the market. This way, obviously, it's hard to design. It's very expensive to make, but we think has all the benefits that the helical and the straight cut has combined together. The disadvantage is just the cost and the production, how hard it is to actually make it. We decided to go with the
And how do you came with this this way to do this is aluminum? What type of material are you using?
I've got it here. I can show you.
That is
so this is the gearbox. So,
wait a second.
So it's actually sorry.
Yeah. It's better for you like this.
Yeah.
You can.
So this is the gearbox. It's pretty small design. It's all aluminum, but the gear inside carbon steel for the little gear. And it's POM or Delrine, depends on how you want to call it, for the big gear, and which is a pretty standard choice of material for this kind of gears, for this kind of application. What we did in this case, we pretty much looked mid-drive gearbox, so for e-bikes, and we tried to replicate a similar, not just like so much in the teeth or like the gears itself, but mostly to design the gearbox itself similar to mid-drive gears. So mid-drive gear usually it comes standalone, like it's sort of enclosed. Like for example, this one. Once it's closed here with the motor, this is a completely sealed design. This is like you can, in theory, install anywhere because you have a little thing with this spin here, the drive. You got the motor here, so that's what we try to base our design. With mid-drive e-bikes, they've been on the market for a very long time. They're very, to go to a point that they're very reliable and everything. So to me, the goal was to copy in a way or get inspiration from this kind of gears. And that's why it has this shape.
I just want to ask, and do you make? Do you have? How many times do you have to open and change the? What's the name in English? The
grease.
The grease, or that comes without
grease. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it will have grease inside. So for this kind of application as mid-drive gearbox, you don't want to use grease that has like petrol inside. Usually Teflon grease is probably the best one for this kind of application. But you don't have to do it, like I would say, exact same way as you would do the service and your oil for your motorbike or car once a year. I'd say do that once a year. Otherwise, every 2,000 Ks, open the gearbox, check the teeth, check the backplash, and check all this sort of stuff, and then you can keep riding.
Yeah, okay. And what motors are you using now to this gear drive and to the new board?
Yeah, so the electronics is exactly the same as the old S2. And so we keep using the same motors as we were using before, which is 6374 motors, which personally I think they are great for what we need. They are very reliable. Again, the fact they're reliable, it's the most important thing. I heard a lot of bad story about bigger motors, and that's one reason why better, have something that's reliable than something that says you can have a bit more power, but every so often breaks.
Yeah, and then we talk about first of all, I want to say something that I forget in the beginning, and that is very important, is to say like this: if you want to find Bajaboard, you're going to see in Facebook. You're going to find it there. If you go subscribe and enjoy it. If you want to see Bajaboard, you have the Instagram too. You're going to find lots of information, lots of videos, and that is the new one here. All of them, the first ones, and you're going to see lots of crazy things. I'm going to show it later too. Then you have the YouTube channel. Then you're going to find lots of lots of videos. You're going to be. I was impressed. And then this is the website, and that's why I come to the next questions. That is, you are a company from Australia. I'm from Europe. Which companies do you work here in Europe for the persons who want to have information or they want to buy it, or they have to go direct to you? Because I know there is some guys here in England or in the UK, they are working maybe like direct with you. That is, I ride with them together, and they talk about that. Is I think they refer to monkeys, North monkeys.
Yes, that's right. So in Europe, we used to have a distributor in Europe, in Germany.
Okay.
But
in Germany, I live in Germany. I live in Germany. Why
I thought
don't
you were from Portugal.
I am from Portugal, but I'm living in Germany, my friend.
Okay. Which city?
Portugal.
Can we say?
Of course, we can say everything. This is free here, my friend. I don't make for money. I make this free for everybody. I live in Germany, in Bonn. That is close to Köln, and I come from Portugal, but I live lots of years in Germany.
Okay.
Colonia.
So we had this. What? Sorry.
Colonia. You are from Italian families, right?
Yes, I'm actually Italian. I'm imported to Australia. I've been imported to Australia.
We are important.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I went a bit further than you.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yes, we had a distributor point in south of Germany a few years back, and but honestly, we found hard to work with him. He was more someone that enjoyed the board and liked to ride the board more than following up on being a distributor. For this reason, we kind of like we're still like obviously friends and everything. He's actually a shareholder of the company. But I'd say I think he was more interested in being like having the board to ride more than carrying in actually distribute the board and selling the boards. But as you say, in UK we have two awesome guys that do service, like it's a service centers, and they can sell boards as well. They are going to have one of these new boards as well quite soon. So hopefully once the restriction lifted in UK, people can just go and demo the new board as well. And yeah, so in Europe, if you want to buy a board in Europe, probably the best thing is you have to buy it from us. In Italy, I have someone also can do a little bit of service as well. But if you need to buy a board, you gotta go through our website, and it will come from Australia.
Okay, for everybody knows Bajaboard. Bajaboard is one of the best, and everybody knows that it comes from Australia. But that is good that we know that in Italy keeps a small service that can take care of us. And then for the guys in America seeing us, do you have someone in America taking care of you?
Yes,
guys?
Yes, in America, they're not distributors just for us. So they just shops that like there is in the south, like California side. There is someone else in the north part, so like New York. So we do have a few shops around that you can just go and buy boards. And it's also good because they also offer financing options. So you can buy it from them with a financing option, which is, I think, it's always a good thing for such a big, price board. Obviously, I mean, like anything. So yes, and they will also be able to do some servicing as well, or repair if you ever crash your board or anything happen.
No, that is perfect. And let's continue. I just want to say hello to everybody who came to the live. That was a technical problem with us, but everything is fine. And if you want to have questions, I know there is questions now. We're going to leave it a little more for later. And then we're going to see how that, if we answer or not. First of all, I want to say, Alessandro, for you and your wife, congratulations for the new baby.
Thank
for
you.
The new member of the team.
Thank you.
That is the important thing.
Right.
Is family.
Member of Bajaboard, yes.
Yes. The important
Little
thing
girl,
is family.
But
guys,
that's
girls,
right.
they can do sometimes better job than men. The important thing,
absolutely.
you have a beautiful, yes, I think too. And now we continue, my friend. When you create this board, I want to put here some pictures for everybody to see it. This is the gear drive here. Let's show it. Then you see everybody. Then you have here the board. What is the? Can you explain to everybody how that works? This system works, because I think there is lots of persons there who need this information, because I see that I cannot. I don't know if I can call them trucks. What you call them? What is the name you called that? Is trucks? What is the name?
I call it as as
Okay.
trucks. And the thing is, because there's so many parts, I would call it like the front chassis or like the back chassis frame. So I would call it frame as actual frame, like exactly the same way the car. And so yeah, I wouldn't really call it a truck. Like if you're talking at the front, like the whole thing, I would call it a chassis.
A chassis, because if you see it, that is different than the truck, because everything works separated. It's not the same like the other ones. Because I see the videos from you guys. That is crazy. You can go everywhere with that. That works like a Defender. Everything separated, like a Jeep Defender.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And for you guys, when the X2 is going to work like before, always with the two motors, or you're going to create it with 4 motors for the new version?
Okay, so the idea for this board is to be not as aggressive in terms of power or like off-road capability as our G4X version.
That is a power machine.
We are not thinking to do.
That is power.
Yes, it's still very powerful, but a full drive, it's the next level.
You are very nice. You are very polite, my friend. But that is I write it. That is a machine with 2 or the 4, with 2. I see it, the guys, and
it's still very fast. Absolutely.
That is very fast, my friend.
But
sorry,
I see this way. As you said, the forward drive is our like hammer, like version, like the real forward drive option. The S2 at this stage is like the SUV. So in terms of cars industry, the SUV, you can go off-road. It does off-road, not as well as a forward drive, like a proper forward drive car, but it also better for on-road. It has most likely more efficiency on road. So that's how I see it. This is more like the crossover board. The forward drive is the real deal if you want to do off-road.
Yeah, and I see that you can change with the small tires or the big tires too.
That's right. That will give you a bit more clearance, but
it's better. What is the tires that you recommend for the X2 to use it? How bigger? 200, 8-inch?
In reality, it depends on where you're mostly gonna ride. Like if you ride mostly on roads and you do a bit of gravel, like the exact same way where you will go with any other board, pretty much. Then I would say the 8-inch, it's enough. Okay. But if you decide to actually take a bit more off-road, like big rocks or like big roots, that sort of stuff, getting the extra clearance, it's almost a must, because otherwise you keep bottoming them out underneath and you're not going to go anywhere.
Okay. That is a board.
So pretty much.
Yes, please.
So pretty much, if you're riding with other Bajaboard people and you're going off-road, you need a 10-inch. If you're riding with other people that have, apart some other, board, like the one crazy board, but most of the more entry-level board, 8-inch, it will be more than enough.
You create this X2 because the first time I see the X2, I was impressed, because this board, today you have the second version of this board, and I feel that you listen to everybody speaking, and you create a board that everybody can go in a city. With this board, you can go in a city and have fun, lots of fun. Now you have 2 boards. One is for go off-road, is the X4. Of course, it's a big machine with 4 motors, and now you have this board with 2 motors that is smaller, that is close to the ground. You can go faster in the streets. You have the same. I want to ask you like this, for you guys, how can I do it? When we need something special, like I see that. Let me change that, and I cannot make it a question.
Yeah, no problem.
Wait, give me just a second. I want to go here because then I can show you. It's better for me. For you guys, like if that is the one I want to show it. Give me just a second. That was not
No problem.
something happened here, and that was not fine. Now we can go there.
Yeah,
So
that's a new
this
video.
is yes, that's the new video. I'm sorry, in the beginning it was not like this. We go for parts, my friend.
Okay.
I think that because that way we can explain to everybody how that works. Because I think is an easy board to work, but you have to know a little the change parts. Everything you like this. Look to this. That you cannot have in no board. You can go there.
That's right.
Yeah, you cannot have it. I have lots of boards, my friend, and when I see
see how many bumps there are. That was actually me riding. You don't even feel them. The suspension system does everything.
Yeah, that's what I want to show. This time of trucks, I never see it. For everybody's looking there, look of this position of all the wheels, all these special trucks work, and you're not going to find in no board. And my friend,
that's right.
No chance.
Can in a normal truck, sure. In a normal truck, if you go on a normal board like that, you will have two wheels floating because obviously, or because it's no way. It's a single rod kind of thing, and obviously you can't touch with four wheels at the same time on uneven terrain. Without considering the fact that most likely your feet are gonna go left or right, depending on where the wheels are pointing. This way, you can see how the guy is still like has his feet straight, and the wheels are still touching all four. So you got maximum grip, and it's very smooth. So how this work? I'll tell you first where we came up with this idea.
Okay.
So this idea came up from looking the F1 chassis. So the F1 chassis has. Sorry.
If you can change the picture a little more, that the guys is seeing the board in the same time, because there's lots of guys sending me a message that they want to see the board. They like
my
to
face.
see it.
Fair enough.
No, it's not because your face. It's like everybody's interested to see
just kidding.
Yes,
of course. It's a little bit high. I can't really put it much lower.
Yeah, like this is perfect. Yeah,
like perfect. This, okay?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so this design, okay, the front chassis, as I will call it, it was initially the idea was we were inspired from the F1 suspension system. So it's pretty much a push rod suspension system, where obviously in F1 is very different, but the idea it's still kind of similar. So as you can see here, there is many parts. So we call it the bottom arms. Is here at the bottom. There is a steering link, which is what actually makes your wheel turn. There is a top arms, which is kind of like the rods that I was talking before for the suspension that connect straight to the wheel. There is this part, which is called the bulkhead, which is the actual main frame that everything connects to it. So, and one of the bigger things, updates that we did in this board was that this now it's a lot stiffer. So we increased the thickness, we reduced the length, and we add some steel reinforcement into the chassis. And this also helps not just to be stronger, but also to feel a lot better over bumps. Because if this moves as you go over bumps, you feel it because this is connected to your feet.
Okay.
So, and then obviously there's a knuckle or upright where everything connects. So if you pretty much strip down a car, any car, you will find a system very similar to this. You will find steering link, which is connected to your steering wheel. You will find bottom arms. You will find top arms. You'll find upright. And obviously you'll still find a main frame where everything connects to it, which is the actual chassis. But the difference is that you've got a suspension per each wheel that usually connects to the bottom arm. So this is closer to what a car is than a skateboard in reality. It's just that you stand up, like you stand on the board and you have a deck, and so it looks more like a skateboard than a car. Well, if I show you a close-up picture of just this part, you would think this is like I don't know, like a car or like a off-road buggy kind of thing, because this doesn't look like a skateboard.
Yeah, Alessandro, I have here one person here is asking. We're going to answer to this question. Alessandro, do you do the X2 to Atrax have the same feel of turning characteristics of the previous X2?
No, this board. Okay, yesterday I had someone came here for a demo to test this board. It came with a carbon GTR. Okay, which is a great board for carbon. Like probably is the best board for carbon. I don't think there is any board better than that.
That is very that is very nice from you, my friend. It's not easy to see a company talking.
It's true.
So it's the true thing, and that is very nice from you. I think that is very nice from you.
Thank you, but I think it's true. I mean, it's a board. The Evolve. It's a board that is designed for carving, and it does that very well. So there is nothing like. It's a fact. You like it or not, it's a fact.
Yes.
So the guy came here. He has his track a little bit tight, and he tried first with this board to do like a slow turning, and he was like, "Wow, this board is doing very well." And then he tried with his carbon, and the turning was pretty much the same. Actually, the guy thought this was a little bit smaller. Now, again, the carbon was tight, like the Evolve was, the tracks were quite tight, so I'm sure it could do a lot better. But I want to show you this, just to show you like how, like, imagine the turning. So imagine you're turning. So I don't know if on camera it looks really like, but this is pretty much the angle.
It's
like,
good.
Imagine here's the ground, It's like if you're turning like this.
That is a lot.
Roughly.
Wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And an extra thing that I will mention is that we have 3 points here, which is, don't know if you can really see it, but where the steering arms connect. It's like the same way as race car have. You can tweak there. So if you put it on the low position, you have the maximum steering, and usually that's what we put for the front, because you want to steer mostly from the front. And at the back, we put at the top, which is where you have the minimum turning. And you want that because it turns a bit less. It still turns, but turns a bit less, but it gives you less speed wobble. Now, if you don't care about speed wobble because you don't want to go too fast, you can put in the middle. The middle is still actually pretty very stable, still high speed. If you put it all the way to the bottom, you will have a board that literally turns in very sharp. One lane, this board will turn. In one single lane, where a car drive, this board will turn.
That is perfect, my friend. That is the only thing I see that you change is the colors of the.
Yes, well, we always have these 3 colors: red, blue, and green, which is the RGB. So the 3 different. But you can pretty much pick any color you want. If you want a custom color, we can make it. We can make it happen.
Yeah, you have it here. The different.
So that's actually a custom color.
Okay.
That's a custom color. That's like a beautiful color. It's a it's kind of like a bluish gray, like with sparkling gray. It's a beautiful color. It's one of my favorite.
Okay, on this here you change it. Now it's black too.
Black what?
Here.
Springs?
Front. Yes. You have your is black.
This steering link?
Yes.
Yes. So the steering link that you have in the picture, that board was built. I think that was about October last year, so 6 months ago, and it was like all prototype. So like, the steering link doesn't matter if it's a color. Like the first board we make don't have any colors. So I actually don't have it because one of our employees took the first gear drive S2 Atrax with him, so I can't show you today. But you see, like, it has no colors, no paint. Doesn't matter. We don't care about that. It's not about aesthetics. It's about making this work.
Yeah, that is perfect. And when you started, how many time do you take all the to say, okay, now it's ready to come out? Because you are
So
one of the ones who tested, not like other companies. You are the owner, you are the creator, and you are the rider.
yes, we also have other people riding this board. So we
Okay.
actually deliver some of this board already. There are people that already have this board. They are all people like around our area, because we obviously we want to not control, but make sure that everything goes. If something goes better, we can just bring it back, see what's wrong, and fix it up, and he can and the guys can keep riding. So obviously feedbacks from other people, it's always important, but to me, this was really once there was goals here when we were designing this. Knowing what was wrong with the oldest two, was like once we tick all the boxes, we
But
knew
wrong,
that it's
but
ready.
wrong, or you think evolution? Maybe it was not wrong. Maybe it was not the right word, because I think your boards don't have nothing wrong. I never listened too much issues from the boards from Bajaboard. I think that is more evolution than I think
Yes,
you
yes.
have.
To me, it's wrong because I'm the designer. So if something it's not right, it's not. I would say it's wrong. But yes, it's obviously like the board, the oldest two, it works. There's nothing wrong with the board. It's just we want to make it better. So to me, it's like if I have a way to make it better, I can improve it. That's what I want to like. That's the box I want to tick.
And that's why you make
So
it. Yeah, please.
yeah. So as an example, belts was a problem in a way. I mean, they're great if you just use it mostly for on road. The moment you start going off road, belts you can easily break them. So to me, that was like something that had to be changed for a two-wheel drive. Full drive, a different story. Hard different ground, like G4X don't have that problem. I mean, it can still happen. It's not that it doesn't happen, but it doesn't have that problem as often because it's high from the ground. You got four motors, so you split, the power out of the four belts, so there is less stress into the belts and so on. With a two-wheel drive, with the 8-inch, people obviously still take it, on rough terrain because it's an off-road board, and then belt break. And obviously, I'm not happy because the customer say, "Oh, I have to replace belt every so often if I go and ride in this condition." To me, it's like that's not right. I want to make it better, and the gearbox was one of the boxes we want to tick it to make the board better.
Yeah, and you see here, guys, if you go to the website, you can see nice pictures, and you can see how everything works. I see that you have two types of lights, in the front, in the back, and for you guys, was always important to have good lights in your boards. For you, my friend, I want to ask this for everybody who wants to know is how that work with the guarantee. I don't know if it's guarantee in your country or
Warranty.
currently. Yeah, how that works with you guys. What you
Okay. Yeah. So we give 1-year warranty on obviously every part of our board. Obviously, if you crash the board, it's not under warranty. But if you do have any problems like from belts, not belts, bearings that get busted after the first month, not really running off roads, we can tell if the board is not stretched or anything, and the bearing get busted. Obviously, it's not right. Or I don't know, the remote stop working, anything related to the board, charger, anything. In 1-year warranty, we'll give 1-year warranty where we replace obviously part for free. If after, I have to say, we usually pretty good also after the 1-year warranty, where if we find that there is something that obviously the warranty expire, but we find that there is something we could have done better, then we'll offer like cost price. As an example, we used to offer plastic wheel, 10-inch plastic wheel. We had key problem for how you tie the wheel. You could damage the wheel. So the reason, and we decide, you know what, let's not offer plastic wheel anymore. We offer alloy wheels from now on. So if you buy a 10-inch wheel, you will come with a beautiful alloy billet rim. And to anyone that had already purchased even a board 3, 4, 5 years ago, they could buy even now rims at cost price. We will make no money, and you will get a big wheel, okay, huge wheel. I can go grab it if you want and show you.
Yeah, that will be nice.
They're very cheap.
Yeah. If you have the chance, it's always nice to show to everybody. Everybody's always in. Yeah, it's no problem. Yeah, it's no problem. For you guys who are out there, if you have any questions to Alexander, to the new board, please just show it. I want to say thank you to everybody, Team Spider, Hate, to Paul, to Thomas, to everybody's out there, and have questions, please. That is now the right time for you to make the questions to Alejandro for the new board. If you have the chance, go to his website. You are going to have this website. Now I'm showing the website, and you can see the board. There is lots of pictures. There is lots of videos. And of course, you can go to his Facebook, to his Instagram, to his YouTube. You're going to find lots of stuff. I know that Jay Boston make a video talking about the new board. You can contact Jay Boston. He's a fantastic person and rider. He can help you because he tested. That is the way we have to work all together. Go there, see his channel, subscribe to the channel from Bajaboard. That is just good for you to receive information. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please, guys, that is just a channel for information, for riders, for brands to bring out. Alexander was fantastic to contact me and say, now, so we're going to launch a new board. If you want it, please. I talked with him before and I asked, I wanted him to have it, and I say, Nelson, I wait a little more, we're going to come out with something. And it was very nice to contact me again and say, and that's how that works, to bring for you guys information. That is the best way for all of us to work together, and that's why this channel is open for help you guys riders. And Alessandro is here today and is going to explain to everybody. Now he's with something very special in his hand. And please, my friend.
Yes. So this is the rims. So these are big rims. So they are for 10-inch wheels. So they are massive wheels. As you can see, we can make different colors. Like this is kind of like a polish version, like a silver version, like almost industrial color. And yeah, like this is all extra things that you can get with your board. And I believe I'm not 100% on the price, but I think this is $200 extra. Like this is $200 to get a set of 4 of these, which is pretty cheap. I mean, and these are big. Like if I show you compared to a 10-inch, look how big this is. It's the same size of an 8-inch.
That is the complete.
The big alloy part. And $200 is cheap. I don't think there is anyone that sells rims for this cheap, especially for this size. Like I'm talking like at other companies.
Yeah, that is.
And as I said, it's because we knew that our plastic one were not perfect, and we wanted to give the opportunity to everyone to get these to a reasonable price.
Okay, that is good. I can tell you, I don't have nothing against plastic. I think I use I have my involves with plastic, and they work perfectly. And if there's materials in plastic, they are very, very good. And why not? And my friend, I want to ask you just like this. That is very simple. That was the first picture that Alexander sent to me. That was like for everybody to have the idea how everything works. But you can find this picture in his website. Then you're going to see all the names and everything. He call it like arms. That is very nice. That is like, what is your background, my friend? What is your
okay? So
my background,
I am I think it's very important. That's right. So my background is I study for electronics and telecommunication. but obviously my background has been very much always in the general engineering. I race with motorcycle, and I've been riding bikes since I was 14. You know, in Europe you can ride, you know, scooters since you're 14. I go on race tracks and you know, and do all the fun parts, all this sort of stuff. So I follow all the F1 and, you know, MotoGP races. So I'm really passionate about all this stuff. And I study and worked before at the University of here in Australia and University in Italy, in Florence. So yeah, my background is engineering, basically.
So I just want to say, how many kilos is a new board? Kilos, pounds? I don't know. Kilos or pounds?
Because right. In Australia, so it depends on the battery option wheel. I don't know either, so don't worry. The new board, the cheapest, the best setup. So like the lightest options, it's 18.3, 18.5 kilos. It's about 50 k's range battery. Then if you go with a big battery, like the 90, about 100 kilometers range and 60 miles, if not wrong, something like that, battery, you will get at that point up to 21 kilograms for the board. So it's not a light board, but these boards you can carry like a bicycle, because not having no motor at the back, you can literally put it upside down, up like that, and you're not straight. I can show you this actually. Let me move this board on the ground so I can show you that. So can you see?
Not right
put
now.
This on the ground, for example. So see how
it's
the board it's easy. Like you can literally, I'm barely holding it, like a push bike. So if you have to ever carry the board, you wouldn't carry the board. You can push it like exactly like this, and this just roll, no problem. Look how much back I can go. Nothing is touching.
And you are with the small wheels. If you have the bigger wheels, then it's going to be more easy.
With a big wheel, you can put it upside down. It's funny. You could put it upside down and wouldn't touch anything on top of it.
Yeah, that's why I think then it's going to be easy to carry. That is very good. And I think the trucks.
So even if you flip the board, something happen. So even if you flip the board, something happen. You're 10-inch. You shouldn't touch any of the frame parts because the wheel goes over all this. You could ride the board upside down.
Yeah.
I never tried. But
and for you, my friend, when do you think in the future with the X4, you're going to use the same system, or are you going to stay, or is going to come another type of system in the future for the X4 for your company?
For the G4X, okay. So the idea is to eventually move to gearbox with the G4X as well. I found for now, for me and a few people riding the board, that it's just better. The only thing that obviously the belts are better is the fact that if you need to replace them, you can, like, you have to do maintenance more often, but when you do it just quickly. With a gearbox, when you do it, you don't do maintenance so often, but when you do it, it's a bigger job because you have to pull everything apart and, you know, change things and that sort of stuff. Like, not change things, like add the grease. But I think it's still a better option going with gearbox. So most likely, yes, at one point we will. At this stage, I haven't even looked into make that possible. And the reason is, this is the priority. I want to make this in production, make sure that this is how we want it to be. And then maybe we can start looking in that option.
Then
give a kit pretty much for.
Do you for everyone who is out there and is asking this, you are making pre-orders or you are ready to ship the board?
So I'll call it's pre-orders.
Okay.
But it's a short turnaround. So if you decide to get the boards like the smaller battery pack, we can ship the boards at this stage pretty quickly. Like you will get it around, like we will be able to ship the board around mid April to sorry, I'll say maybe the end of April. So it's about a month
Okay.
of lead time, which is not a huge lead time.
It's perfect. It's amazing. I know that lots of companies.
Pretty much like if you buy a board from us anyway from now, and also most of the company out there, you still have to wait there 4 to 5 weeks anyway. So it's not like you're waiting more than usual. But if you get the bigger battery option, because our agents is finding very hard to find the cells that we want, because we use the 50E Samsung. There's a shortage apparently. For that, there is a longer lead time. So there will be like about 2 months.
Okay. That's why that was my next question, my friend. You are a company that you have maybe lots more problems than other companies because you can make everything extra. Everybody can say with this color, with this, and makes difficult for you guys because you have to change everything. It's not like a normal company that the board comes finished and you don't have nothing to do. It's just in a box and send it. For you guys, is lots of work. And I think that's what makes special your company. First of all, because that's why I ask you if you are. I know that you are Italian, but I always ask, and because I know that the Italians, they are very specific in everything. That's why Italy has the best cars and everything. I don't want to say the other countries, they have fantastic cars, but the Italians has the production molto speciale. It's like that is like a delicatesse, and I think that we always have to share this. I have good friends from Italy, and of course Germans, they have fantastic cars. Of course, I'm not talking. I'm not talking bad about that. I live in Germany and I love it, but I think like this special board day from you guys, I think you make another step, and for us, the lovers of mountain boards, I think that is a big, because with this system, you can go everywhere, my friend. You can do everything, and you're going to stay in your board leveled, and everything is working, and you don't have to do nothing. It's just enjoying the board and the comfort of the board, and that is very important for you to have your feet. Look at this. That is like a dream. That's what we I see it with this rock. That is fantastic.
This shot,
that is
beautiful. This shot, it's something that when we didn't even do it on purpose. Okay, there wasn't even me riding. There was like another guy riding, and we didn't even do it on purpose. And when we were after editing, George, my business partner, he was like, "Oh, let's not put these shots in the video." And I was like, "Are you serious? Like, look how big that rock is. If you kick that rock, you break your foot."
Yeah.
And the board was fine. The board is completely fine. We kept riding all day. We went riding again the day after for filming, and the guys still riding their board and they haven't touched it. Seemed like never touched the board. So this board, it's really strong. And there was another box that we want to tick.
That was one of the things I said, wow, look what happened, what the board made with the rock. That was like something, nothing. It was like these small rocks. That's his power, my friend, and that is very good. Then the other thing I see it, that today the board you can put in your car with no problems. It's easy and
that's right.
Fits so perfectly.
So that's my car. So that one there, and the thing is, when I go for a trip or anything, and I want to bring more than one board, or even like just one board, it's very hard because you have to always put before you sit down, and then the car start rolling up and down. You know, like it hits. You know, you have to strap it down and all this sort of stuff. And then, you know, if you have maybe other people, like you go for a trip with your friends, you can't really bring your friends with you because you got the sit down, so you can't, you know, have the car full of other stuff or friends. So to me, that was a big thing where you want to be able to put it anywhere, and it just fits perfectly in any hatchback pretty much, because of like I wanted to fit in there. Like there was a design choice of fitting within the 102 centimeters is what, you know, most hatchback width is. Then obviously if you have a bigger car, you have no problem.
Yeah, but Alexandro, that is always the question. That's another one I have for you, my friend. Is like this: when you change from belts to gear drives, what was the sensation of braking and acceleration for you? Because braking is going to be a very big change. Because I have gear drives, and I say, nobody give me again belts, because I love gear drive, because braking is like crazy, my friend.
Yeah, you can brake very hard with the gear, and the board will stop. With the belt, especially if you haven't tied the belt, you start skipping, and it does the ugly noise, and obviously it doesn't stop. So
yeah, it's going.
The braking, especially when
and it's going to destroy the belts. Every time you stop it like this,
the belt,
very
the
fast.
teeth of the motor pulley, yeah, all this sort of stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the gearbox, it's a different word. At least I have to speak about this gearbox. I haven't really tried many other gearbox on boards. I tried, obviously, you know, the big company that like Kali or Trampa. I'm talking obviously about this gearbox. This gearbox, compared to the belt, it's a big difference in terms of free roll. Like the free roll that you get out of these, like it's a lot more. Obviously, out of any gearbox, it's a lot quieter. Obviously, herringbone has that big advantage. It's a lot quieter if you are into that. And the power you can feel the difference when you give obviously the brake and the throttle. You don't have that slack of the belt doing this, so you kind of like it doesn't have it anymore. So it feels like almost has more power. I know the electronics is exactly the same compared to the oldest two, but this board, it feels more powerful, and it's because you don't have that
this push from the
effect of the belt doing that.
And don't you think when you make the gear drive in your board, it's going to take care more of the batteries of the board? Because I think the belts.
It gets a little bit more extra range out of the same battery, same ride. You get, it's not a huge improvement. I didn't find to be a huge improvement, honestly. Maybe you're taking like a 5%. That's what I found. But when I ride, I'm pretty much always like this, so I don't think it makes much difference. Maybe if you feel a lot more, if you brake, like if you're cruising more, maybe you make more than a difference. But when I ride, I'm just like full throttle, full brake, full throttle, full brake.
Yeah, and that is very good. And now we're going to talk about the range and batteries, my friend. What is the difference in this board? Because there is lots of things we have to talk. Explain to us, please.
So the battery options is the same. I would say the small battery option for this board is the same as the big battery option of last year board. So we use the same cell, which is the Samsung's 40T cell, which are great because they have. Firstly, I know other company use the Molicel company cell. The reason why we decided to go with Samsung is I trust our supplier, and our supplier strongly recommend to use Samsung for the reputation they have. And so I trust who does this every day, and see cells from many different products, different purpose, different things, and it says that believe me, these cells are better, even if you get a little bit less range, are better. So we end up using the 40T cells, huge amount of power and good range. But for the big battery pack, by the way, it's a 10S 6P. We use 10S. Don't think that high voltage is high power, because we use a different, completely different ESC, which manage the power out of the motor differently to a VESC. And for the big battery, instead we use a 10S 10P 50E, Samsung 50E, which is a pretty standard choice by pretty much anyone that wants to have a big battery pack.
Yeah, that is very good. And you have the options in your when you go there and buy it. You have the. I see that you are selling the X2 till the moment. Do you going to continue?
Yes, the other two we still selling it. It's sorry.
You're going to continue to sell it, the X2 or the normal one? Because I see you have the in your in your website you have the two of them.
I think there is a delay. Sorry, I think there is a delay, and then when you talk, I think you finish. And anyway, so the oldest two, we're still selling it at this stage, but we're cleaning up the stock pretty much. So if you go and see there, like click there, and you see the pricing for the oldest two. I can see the price only for an Australian dollar because I'm connected from Australia. So if you go down to standard build, you see it's a pretty cheap deal, and it's just because we're trying to get rid of, like, how much is the entry level, the one on the left? I can't read from here.
That is a very good price. That is to $2,363.
Yeah, that includes shipping as well.
That is €500, $500 less.
Yeah, shipping a board is about $400 to $500 to ship a board that size. That's right. So we're still selling this, but it's clearance stock pretty much. We don't think we're gonna sell the belt version anymore. But if you want a cheap board to ride, like an all-terrain board to ride, I think it's a great price. And then maybe 1 year you can always buy a kit and upgrade to these boards once you know, the board started to be a bit old. It's like you go off-road, you damage the parts, and say, you know what, I just replace the chassis and I get the gear drive. And you'll probably end up paying a similar price as buying a brand new Atrax off the website. Probably a little bit more, and obviously it's more work because you need to replace parts. But it's actually a pretty good deal, I think.
The only change for the three types of the boards that you have new is just the batteries, or is something else?
Yeah, so no, it's batteries, speed controllers. So we have two types of speed controllers, motor size, wheel size, and if you don't want the lights. So one thing you could do, instead of going on the standard builds, if you go back to the page, to the previous page, and you scroll all the way down, and there, build your own S2 Atrax, click there. So if you don't want to buy not off the shelf, like a standard build, you can go on this side, and you can customize. You can customize whatever you want out of the boards. You can select, I want the big battery, I want the big motor, I want the fast charger, I want the light, I don't want the light, I want the colors, whatever you want. So you can play with that, and it changed the price like as you're playing, so you know exactly. And then once you go to the last page, we'll actually give you real picture of what the board is going to look like, what your board is actually going to look like. So that's a pretty cool system that, you know, you can see what your board actually is going to be. So if you go to the second page, you can change the color, for example.
Let me see if I can change it.
Yeah, there at the bottom, on the red bar there.
Here? No, I cannot change it. I think I do something wrong.
If you click on...
oh, here.
I can't really read.
It's okay. It's okay.
So that's
then you can see here the board. Everything finished. Well, that's
the board, yes, that's right.
But the price is not so...
And that's the board, how you're going to receive it.
Yeah, that is the board complete with all
That's
the
not
extras.
a render or anything.
I was thinking it's going to be more expensive, but with all the extras, you are lower than the other companies. And I'm not telling the other companies the product is not good, and they are fantastic product too. But the price you are
Absolutely.
achieving, what you are achieving is very good. Then we come to another question, my friend. Is like this. Let me come back. How is that? Is your boards protect against water and snow? Because I have like this here. I want to show it to everybody.
Yeah.
I think that is fantastic because I have the other one with snow. I want to show it too, and
Yeah.
the protection when I go like there is lots of countries like UK. There is lots of guys in UK are riding for you, and they love it. They love the and here in Germany rains all the time too, and it's like this. And my friend, what you give is yeah. Please explain us because I have another one here.
Yeah. So we don't call it waterproof because we don't have an IP rating, so we won't call it waterproof until we actually will have an IP rating in place. So we say it's water resistance. So that means that if you do go, if you're riding under rain, it most likely will be fine. Just maybe don't sit and don't leave the board under the rain. If you're going over a paddle, it's again most likely it's fine. We put seals, gaskets around the chassis boxes, or where there is any holes, we put all the gaskets in place. So for example, in this case, why you can ride on snow and the board is fine is because the snow is thick enough that it would not go inside the board. Obviously, if you don't leave the snow sitting there, eventually it will melt and eventually go in and it might damage something. So if you ride on snow, just clear all the snow before you let it melt, and it will be fine. But we don't call the board waterproof because we don't have an IP rating for the board. But you'll be able to ride over paddles and things like that, and the board will be fine.
Yeah, perfect, my friend. That is a good thing for everybody to know how that works. The other thing I want to go here because I see it and I want to give the explanation for everybody is there. I hope that I can open. Let's go here. The controller, you're going to stay with the same controller? Do you think you're going to change it in some time because the controller is very good?
Yeah, so this is the controller.
Yeah, that
you,
give me a
sorry,
second.
you mean
yes, the controller. Yeah. Yes, what you have in your hand. Yes, please.
Remote controller. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you say like the motor controller or the remote controller. Yes. So the remote controller. Yeah. So this looks like a little like a gun.
Yeah, perfect.
And we're going to keep exactly the same remote. So this comes as standard. So the little LCD screen here with all the information of throttle, brake, and all the stuff. Like you can just change all the settings over here, like from warning settings, pairing, lights, different stuff, or like power. In a click, you can just change the power as you want it. So these will be all standard. Like any board you buy from us will come with all these functions. We don't have an app, but you have every function you need to control your board out of these little remotes. And it's personally, I think it's better than an app in a way, because you want to change the power, you want to change something, it's 2 clicks. With an app, you have to take your phone out of the pocket, connect to the board. Sometimes it doesn't connect straight away because maybe you have the headphones or other stuff connected to the Bluetooth, and then you have to open the app, select open the screen that you want selected, and then put it back in. It's a pretty long process. With this 2 clicks, it's always in your hand, and then bang, you change what you want to change and keep riding.
I hate when you have to use your web. I think most of the boards, they don't have no display. I think that is very bad because you lose lots of time.
Yes, and one thing I have to say, one thing I have to say when I ride other boards, okay, I always try to look for the screen to see how fast I'm going. You know, just to give a reference, also, you know, how fast you're going. Like, I'm going too fast, too slow, and that's one thing that I always do. Like, look, and it's like, oh shit, there is no speed. Like, it doesn't tell you how fast you're going. And I think this is really important to know how fast you're going, especially if you ride on streets, for example. Like, you know, sometimes you feel very comfortable on a board, especially after you ride after a while, and you maybe don't realize you're doing 20, 25, even 30 miles per hour. And you know, if you're riding on the streets and there is pedestrians, you maybe need to slow down, but you just don't realize. So having the speed, it is a great thing to know, just always give you a feedback. And we have also a warning that it tells you stop vibrating and say, hey, you're going too fast. You sure you want to go this fast? So we have also these things which you can set straight from the remote as well.
Yeah, that is very good. That is very, very good.
Yeah.
That is warnings is always very good for the company. If you want to,
That's
guys,
right.
every videos I'm showing here, you can find in a website from them. You can find it in his Facebook. This one is direct from the website. You're going to find everything there. You're going to explanations. You're going to find the support, how to contact them. Everything is there. You just write them, and if you have a question, they're going to take care of you. That is very important. If you want to see a little more, you have the Facebook. The Facebook is lots of videos. You can go to Bajaboard, the Facebook, that is the company, and you can go to the Bajaboard owners. There is lots of guys there too, and if you have questions, they're going to take care of you, all of them. They are fantastic persons. And then if you want to go, Instagram is always working, always showing something very good for all of you. Go there, subscribe, and of course the YouTube is a machine. But I think the website is very, very well done. You're going to see everything. If you go here to the new board, you're going to find everything here. And if you click it, you're going to find it more. And here you're going to have the videos in the right side. And then you can put it and you're going to show it like this video. I think that is a fantastic one.
It's a customer video.
Yeah.
Don't ride with a helmet. But I think it was too cool not to show.
Yeah, that was not so fast. And here you can see.
Yeah, I know, it's not going too fast.
Yeah.
Just fast acceleration.
Yeah, that is just to show the power of the machine. I think that is a fantastic video to see how much power is with the two motors, what you're going to get. And that is fantastic. Yeah, I think that is, and then you're going to see lots of pictures, lots of information, all the specifications of the board, what you're going to get. I think you have a very, very good. Then you can make here the pre-order, or you can go back to the page, and then you see here other boards, other things. I think that this green one, the new one, what was here, I think that is fantastic. The guy who created this green one design is beautiful in this board. But everybody, I think the communities are very, very good creating things for us. So the other thing, my friend, we are the motor. Now we talk about the control. Now let's talk about the motor control. Is something new or is the same one?
It's the same one as we've been using on all our boards. And the main reason, I know some people don't like what we use. And I'll tell the story of why we end up choosing this. So when we started the company, we started the company in 2014, but we would start obviously designing the first prototype, the first G4 option back in 2013, 12. So pretty much when we started the company, there was no Vesk, there was nothing of this stuff on the market. So we pretty much looked who was the best or one of the best manufacturer of ESC, and we found that Kelly controllers, which is what we use, do any, like if you're looking to run any motors, okay, to big scale, to like cars, like huge ESC, to little one, Kelly was the the company pretty much to go. And the fact that Kelly has been on the market and designing ESC for many years, we like the fact of they're very reliable. So this ESC, they don't have the same functionality as Vesk has, but one thing that it has, and which is to me is the most important thing, is they're very reliable. Like we have very little failures on the controllers, like the ESP controllers, and the fact that it's proven, it works, and there is really nothing wrong with it. Okay, we don't think that going to Vesk, it's really an option at this stage. At this stage, I don't want to say that we will never go or we will never change the ESC, but at this stage, as I say, considering that they work well, there's nothing wrong. They're powerful. There's more enough to fit inside the boards, and it's what we need. Reliable. It's the most important thing.
I just want to say hello to Kevin. Kevin is a lover of Bajaboard. That is like
yes.
One of the best guys, and we are seeing here another board. I think he's going to. And let's put it. I want to say, Kevin, I meet him. I ride with him. He's a fantastic guy. He's a fantastic person. And if you have the chance, go to his YouTube channel. And the North Monkeys, they are one of the best groups for me I ever see it. They are good friends and good riders. And Joey too. I think they are. If you have questions, you can ask to this guy here. He can answer you everything. He knows everything, and that is good for you to have like a team of guys like this. They are very, very nice, very polite, and they can explain. They can explain to the guys very well. I have the pleasure to have him here, and they talk a lot about your board. And that is very nice for us to receive so many explanations from the riders themselves, because they have the experience. You are a rider too, of course, but it's very nice for us to listen to the riders too. Always the sensation. The first time, Alejandro, I was like a ride, and the guys were there, and they say, Nelson, you can go and ride and test that. Is not a problem. It's not easy for everybody to give a board so expensive for another one to ride it. That's why I think they are very special.
Absolutely, they're great guys. The Kevin especially knows our board very well. Because obviously he has been running for quite some time, and he has had pretty much all our boards, and soon he also will have the Atrax as well. So I think if you want some good feedbacks, some good tips about the boards, they are the right people to ask.
They are the right way. They are the best persons. Believe it or not, I love them. They are fantastic, and they can ride. They're not just this type of persons who can. I just
well, yes.
They are very good riders. And guys, if you want to go there, you can go to Kevin, and that is his YouTube. And I'm going to leave his YouTube there for you guys to find it. And he has lots of videos. He's a fantastic person, as a fantastic rider. The two of them.
I've got actually Kevin's board right here. I've got Kevin's board Atrax right here. Hang on, let me grab
it. Kevin, are you ready? Let him put it.
He's seen it. He's obviously seen it. This is just the chassis, like it's an empty chassis for now. But this is his board. That's what it's getting. Blue with orange. It's a bit dark actually in here, but
it's perfect.
Gearbox the back.
Oh, you're going to make a party, my friend. He's going to make a party. That is good to see the inside of the board. That was a good one.
I can show you. Yeah. So the inside at this stage is empty.
Yeah.
So it's all dark. You can't really see too much. But pretty much the battery. It's all up to here. The majority of it is battery, EMS, and 3 controllers.
Okay. And
This,
how many times did it take you to assemble one completely board?
This one takes quite a while because obviously we are learning all the tricks, like what we should do first, what we should do after, to assemble the board. But a G4X or current S2, you were talking about probably a good 6 hours. 6 hours to about 6 hours for man hours. Yeah.
Wow.
But some parts become already sub-assembled. So for example, the G4X, main chassis for the G4X. Let me see if I've got one. I'll show you the main chassis, how's it right to us.
There's no problem. I can speak here with the guy. Guys, please, if you have the chance, subscribe to the channel. I'm just telling to you guys, we're going to give, I'm just going to put here for me. I'm going to give, yesterday I make a small video. If you want to win this Shrek lights, I'm going to give a giveaway. You can go to the, I have another video explaining how can you win this Shrek lights. I'm going to give 1 or 2. And if you have the chance, guys, go there and subscribe. And if you have the chance, go to the channel from these guys, and then you're going to see. Now we're going to see something special here from Alessandro and the Bajaboard is opening, and we're going to put it like that. That is the.
Okay, here's a Pantera.
Alejandro, that is the best feeling you're going to have every time you unboxing something.
Yeah, this is a pretty special board, obviously, because it's also Pantera, so it's pretty cool. But
can you explain?
This makes it obviously very easy.
Can you explain what is a Pantera?
To assemble, because so the black springs, it's usually a Pantera.
Okay.
Unless it's a custom build, someone asks for black stuff. But otherwise, it's a Pantera. So this is how it arrived to us. The main chassis. So the truck, as you call it, but I'll call it more like the front. This in case is a front frame. Comes to us like this. So then we get the chassis box, and we connect it to this part here. Then we get the back, and we connect to the back. So actually assemble this, it's very quick for us.
Wow, that is fantastic. I never see it one like this. It's very, very good, my friend. Wow, that is.
Thank you.
How many times do you take to create all of this? It's like, what is the system? Yeah, how many times do you take to create this? And the other thing, is that a gear drive too?
No, this is just a belt drive. You can see, I don't know if you can really see it. It's a belt here.
Okay. I was thinking that
so
was a
you're asking
drive.
How long? No, this is a G4X. So G4X only come with a belt drive.
Yeah, okay. Then how many times do you take to create that, my friend?
How long it takes to build that?
Not build. When you create it, how many months or maybe how many time do you take to come to this final idea of everything to put all together? Because that is lots of work. That is not in 1 or 2 months.
Absolutely. So the idea, I would say there is not a moment where you say, this is the idea, that's what I'm going to make. It's almost like a slow process where, for example, as I said, I watch MotoGP. Like I get up like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I don't care what time. I just get up and watch it. Okay. So
like me.
As you watch things and you see all this stuff, like you read also the blog from like cars company doing things. You think, can I implement this? Can I use this in my board? And then it's kind of like all these little ideas. Then they come up and say, right, I could do this, but I wouldn't say just an idea. I want to make it's more like little things. So as I said, to this board here, the G4X, the stage that it is now, we start designing the full shocks like this back in 2012-13, and getting to the stage as it is now, you can see it takes quite a bit of time. Obviously, a lot of time was also to make this possible. So making ideas, it's easy. It's executed ideas is also very hard. So you can, have great ideas, but then how can you make that real? How can you make in a way that is affordable also to people? Like, you could make these in a different way, but then it might be very expensive. I know this is still expensive, but you could make it very, very expensive. You could, or there are stuff that maybe don't work when you put it together in high volume production. So that's also a lot of work that we have to work on, because it's such a fine tolerance that there's so many parts going on that you need to think really everything. You need to think also what kind of screw you are using where. As an example, you can't just use any type of screw because maybe they strip, maybe they don't have enough strength to hold what they need to hold. So there's a lot of things that we need to think to make this possible.
Yeah, and my friend, the other thing I want to ask you is not a very nice question, but as it's a question I always do to everybody. Is like this: you create a board that you don't copy nobody. You are one of the guys who say my board have nothing to do with the other boards. Then you are a person who can say I don't have no copies from nobody. Today there is lots of copies from your board. What is your opinion?
That's right
about that?
Well, first I will say, as I said before, we were probably one of the first company to actually start making electric skateboard, if you want to call it our board an electric skateboard.
I call it
before us, I think it was boosted.
Mounted board more.
Yeah, mounted board. You can call it mounted board. Yeah, they were boosted. They were Trampa. They were Evolve, and I can't think of many other company before us. So obviously, when we started, we were pretty unique. Not just for obviously what we're doing, but also for when we started. Your question is what we think about other company copying us, right?
Yes, I think that is that is not nice. I'm a big critic of that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, obviously we don't like either, especially because a lot of our expenses are in research and development. We, as I said, for the S2 or even like G4X, it took us a lot of years and a lot of time and money to prototype parts. I mean, making parts, prototyping parts, it's expensive. It's not cheap. And once you have all these parts, it makes it even more expensive. So, so obviously it's very frustrating when you see other companies that just copying you what you spend, even if it's something very little or like not so important, but you see someone like copying things that you have to spend maybe a year and thousands of dollars to make that possible. It's a little bit frustrating. And one thing I have to say that we learned from our G4, and one of the reasons why we took us so long to release the S2, is we learned that protecting our IP was a very important thing to do. And one of the mistakes we did with the G4 was that we released the board before we made the patent. So once it was already public knowledge out there, some country didn't accept our patents. We do have, for example, in Germany, we have the patents for our G4X, but other countries they didn't. So one thing we did, we make sure that we did right about the S2 is we first did the patent, okay, the provisional patent, and then once we were accepted and we were covered, then we released the board. So hopefully now with the new S2, we can fight a little bit more with if someone have a copy. With G4, it gets a bit tricky. But obviously it is very frustrating when you see, someone just copying you, your board for, in a way saying like using your name as well, or your, brand to attract other customers.
I hate it, my friend. I hate it because I know how expensive for you guys is. I know how many time do you have to you take to create something special for us, and then comes a product that I know because I buy before a not expensive product. Today I don't use no more not expensive product who comes from other countries. Don't need to say names or something like that, but everybody knows. And that was first of all, service was very bad. Second one is you're going to receive a product that is no quality. You never know what's going to happen with batteries, if it's going to explode, if it's going to happen. And in the other side, you're not going to receive no feedback. And the important thing, I hate to see a person creating something with so many hours of his life, private life, to bring something good for us, and then comes a product that they are trying to. First of all, they talk about your product, and second of all, they put out a product that don't have nothing to do with your product. And sometimes they say, oh, that is the same, it's just the price. And it's not like that. That don't work like that. And I think that is very sad, very sad. I think everybody have to be have to be creative and say, okay, these guys do this, I'm going to try to innovate, do something better in my way, but different, because it's going to be a challenge for you, Alexander, and the Bajaboard. We're going to say, okay, they created that, and we're going to have to step up and make something very special. And that's the day we see from the boosted board. That was 300 copies from boosted boards, and today the boosted board is out from the company. Yes, and you see the other companies who's working with the boosted board. I'm talking about that because it's closed, and they close it too.
Fine.
And that's why I say we have to have more respect for you guys. Like you, I have sometimes problems with Involve with Jeff, but I'm a very critical guy when I see a guy creating the same board from his company that takes so many time for him to create it. I think it's not fair. And that's why it's important for you to, I think it's important for you to put a patent. But the patent costed so many money, my friend. You have to expend so many money to protect.
Every year you gotta pay for it as well.
So, my friend, I'm doing a patent now for this, and I do it. That is the name of the channel. That is the name of the channel.
So you do, and I do trademark. That's a trademark.
Yes,
right.
And
yes, that's a trademark.
And I say, okay, I'm just going to do for my friends. And I go, and one guy said to me, it's better if you put a patent, or they're going to steal it for you. And I go and I ask for the prices. You have different prices. You have for Germany, you have for Europe, you have for the old world. You can have the limit of 20 years. Yeah, and you have the limit. You have to always be innovated. You have to go there and change and pay it again. That is very expensive. And for the guys who don't pay nothing, that is easy for you to make the price less, because you don't have to think, you don't have to create, you just have to say, okay, make this photo, I want to have this, and I want to have not expensive. That's why I have lots of respect for you, your company, Alexander. I think you have a fantastic company.
Thank you.
Thank you. That for everybody there. I don't receive nothing from Alessandro. I don't receive nothing from Bajaboard. I'm just here to help you guys. Alessandro came here to show you the new board that you can maybe answer your questions. If what is the new Bajaboard? How is that? How that work and everything? I don't win nothing. He don't pay me nothing. That is two persons who met today. That is the first time we met in not. And that is not. I want to explain, because here in Germany there is a big problem. If you don't say that, they can put you as Germany is very difficult laws. If you don't say that, they can make you a process, because you are making propaganda for one company, and now we are not making propaganda. That is free, my friends. That is free information. That's Alexander is very nice.
One thing Thank you. One thing I want to add about the copy, which is, as a company, obviously you as a consumer, you see the products, because that's what for you is important, is the product, right? But us as a company, especially company like, as you mentioned, Evolve. I know they spend a lot of time and money, and they say publicly, for them, the brand, and for us as well, like every other company, brand, that's what is important. Okay, sometimes you don't buy the product, you buy the product, but you're buying the brand. Okay, and for a company, the fact that you are building a brand, not just a product, and when you see obviously someone copy your product, it's upsetting. But when someone also copy your brand, and it takes, like, it's saying, like, taking your name and doing things as if it's you, it's even more upsetting as a company, obviously, because you, firstly, if something goes wrong with your board, people think it's us. You're taking like our people that like us, and like it takes years to do this. It's not like
I know.
something that comes like that.
Yeah, I know, my friend.
So
I know how many years
that's also
you are
another
there.
thing.
And I see now the companies coming and try to destroy your image that you worked so many years. And I think that for me, I'm very upset of that. I always tell, I don't have nothing against nobody, but I think a guy who makes a copy or makes something is not a creator, he's a bullshit. He's just a person who don't. Yeah, it's like I'm Portuguese, my friend. I don't win no money with this YouTube. I tell the truth to everybody. That's why I'm here, and that's why the people come to my channel, because I tell all the truth. I don't have no problem. I have to, if your board has a problem, I'm going to tell you, hey, Alessandro, your board is with a problem, and I talk with you the first time. If you don't answer me, or if you don't give me no answer, I say, okay, Alex, he don't have no. Alexander has no interest, then his product now is with this problem. But if I speak with you and you say, Nelson, we are taking care, I'm going to come here to the channel, I say, I speak with Alessandro Bajaboard, and they know there is a problem, they are fixing. That's the way we can work together. And I'm not going to say here, hey, Bajaboard is so beautiful, Bajaboard. No, I'm here to tell the truth, and you are there to tell the truth. And I think when the persons are trying to destroy your company, the guys from YouTube, they have to be the first ones to take care of you, because you are alone, because you are alone. Because the other guys, I see lots of guys from YouTube, they don't are interested in Bajaboard. They're just interested to make unboxing, and if tomorrow is a new unboxing, they use your name in the unboxing. Oh, that is like a Bajaboard, in the same way they are using your name. The specifications is like, yes, and that is, I think that is wrong.
Yes.
I not have nothing against the other YouTuber, but I think the other YouTubers, they have to say, okay, we have a new board. This board is a bananas board, or I don't know, but don't use your name. And it's like this, and that's why I came to this. That make me very nervous. That makes me very nervous. I come from Europe, and Europe, we don't have so many things like this, but because there are laws, and I know that Australia is the same, but I hope that we change, that we can work together. So let's leave the bad things. Let's go to the good things. I hope that you have not so many problems, my friend. What is going to be the future of? I see a video that is about 1 year and a little more with a beautiful lady for your company, and it was talking about a scooter. Is this project closed, or is going to happen?
So the idea of trying to make other products out of like other products similar to, obviously, a board, like small electric portable vehicle, it's always an option. It's always something that we are considering, but we, at this stage, as I said, my focus is to do one thing at a time and try to do it well. The focus is to make this possible, make the what we can, the best that we can, and then if we ever can do anything else, we will look into other stuff. At this stage, I would say no. We don't have any scooter in the work. We don't have any other electric vehicle. At this stage, we are focusing on the board. At the end of the day, our name is Bajaboard, so we want to focus at this stage on the board industry.
I ask you this because I'm not a very. I think that have nothing to do, you guys. I hope that if you want to come out with a scooter, of course, the world of scooters now is very big. Everybody's more interested
Yeah,
in very fast scooters. But Alexandro, don't you think that is going to affect your company in some way? Because you have
absolutely,
two you have
absolutely.
two
It,
fantastic products. You have the X4, you have the Pantera, and the G4. Sorry, I was
it's true.
always the so
Yeah.
sorry. G4, you have the Pantera, and you have the X2. Don't you think that is going to is has nothing to do with your company, because your company has a name of all-terrain
For
boards.
board. Absolutely. Like I see, like there's a lot of companies. Like as an example, I can talk like not in the industry, like company like GoPro that
Hmm.
they try to do drones. They try to do 360 cameras, and they never been very successful. And they spend, I imagine, a lot of money doing those sort of stuff. And I'm sure because they haven't been successful, they probably lost more money
Busted
than
board,
what they
busted board,
make. Sorry.
busted board.
Booster board. I don't know if the scooter
It
was
was
the
the
cause
same.
of.
Yes, of course it was the
Yeah,
cost.
but
7 million.
probably yes, because they obviously spend a lot of money and then they close the company straight close after. So probably booster board was also one of the reasons. So yes, we need to be very careful when you enter new market, because if you enter the market of the scooter, some people might know about Bajaboard, and most of the people won't know. Like people they use scooters might not know about the Bajaboard. What is Bajaboard? So you have to create a new brand and everything. And being the last one arrive, it might be very hard to enter the market, and you just spend a lot of money in designing something and that you don't sell. So you need to be very cautious when you enter a new market. Absolutely, and that is one of the things that at this stage, this is something that works for us, and it's worth focusing on this than trying to get in everywhere. I see why Boosted did it, because they are much bigger markets. We have not saturated. I don't think we have saturated our markets for the Bajaboard. So we still plenty to work and focusing on the market. Even if it's niche, it's still a market that it's bigger than what we achieve for now. Maybe once we have, everyone has Bajaboard, like you get to the point where Boosted was, where everyone has Boosted and so on. You want to sell more, you want to grow, you do need to go to the next product. And I can see why they decide to go with scooters.
But I think this
But
board,
it's not for us. We are still a small company. I don't consider
yeah,
myself a medium or big company. We're still a small company.
but if you see, I think what you are doing now with that, there is a person here, more from the. I think that the persons, the guys are telling everything. Paul is saying here more from the new board. Of course, I just want to. I don't want to talk here. I just want to say, of course, we want to talk about this board. That's why I speak with him as a friend. My idea. He has so a fantastic product now achieve. That's why keep it with this product. I think this product has a big name, and I think you are working so much for us. You are creating so much for us that it's very important for us to talk more of this, because you don't see so many companies doing this. This is beautiful. That is like a dream
Very
for
unique.
lots of. That is like a dream for all of us. And you see here all the finish, all everything is like I tell you, I'm personally I don't like so much the G4, but I love the X2. I think the X2
Okay.
is like a dream, is one of the things. Maybe in the future I'm going to have it. And now this one, this system with gear drives and everything, that
Yeah.
is, you go to another level. I think your board now
Next
is
level.
like, yes, that is like is for me is like a dream. I think you step it. That's why I came to this question, my friend. With this problem of the COVID-19, do you having problems sending the stuff?
Okay, so COVID-19 for us actually did pretty well, I have to say. We have grown during COVID. And in fact, we moved to a much bigger factory, like 2-level, 2 offices factory, and we hire actually people during COVID, which is good also for an economy.
This is good.
But we did, and we still do have problems importing stuff, like anything like obviously battery motors, all the stuff are made in overseas. Nothing's made here in Australia. Because obviously, you know, ports are not closed, but they are like slowed down. So there is less people obviously working there and so on. And also sending board out, it's also more expensive and the time is actually longer. So for example, FedEx or TNT or DHL, all these companies during COVID, during like last year especially, they all stopped doing economy shipping. Like if you had to do anything, it was express, and the timing was like super long. Like now it's better, but still not how it was like before COVID. But as I said, I think COVID overall, it did pretty well for us. How bad I know it can be for other company, other things, we actually did all right.
There is another question here from Spider. How often do you cups wherever?
Cup drives.
I don't understand.
Yeah. So it's inside so we have the drive shaft, exactly the same way as a car. Where they connects to the gearbox or before to the belt drive system, and we use some how does he call it, cup drive. So this cup drive, it's a consumable part, and they do wear out after a while. Now these cups, they depends where you ride, how you ride, 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive options, depends on different things. They should last between 500 kilometers to 800-900 Ks, but it's a very small part that you can just replace it. Now with the new board, we are looking at different things, and it will last longer than that. So ideally, you just replace them every time you have to do the greasing of the gearbox.
And the other thing in the motor, I know I changed it, and I learned from another friend. How often do you have to inside of the motor? You have the bearings. Do you have some bearings? How many times do you have to change the bearing? Every year is enough if you are active rider?
I never replace bearings in motors. I literally never replace like ever.
I change it every year.
One thing that's look, I'm sure you can always replace them because you know, like the bearings again. Also, bearings are in a way consumable part, so they do wear out as you go. But one thing that we have compared to other companies, that our motors are inside the chassis, so they don't really get a lot of beating. Like motor having at the back, with almost behind the wheel, everything it hits. Like as you go, even a bit off road or something, you keep hitting them. For us, having the motors, I can show you here. They are, where are they? Here.
Wait a
second. If you can see, it's all black. They're inside the chassis box. So here's the motor, but here's all the stuff. And you can put a little bash plate if you really do a lot of off-road. So you pretty much don't reduce the risk of hitting the rock. And the wheel is here. So the dirts just go here. If you had the motor over here, you obviously can damage them a lot quicker. If you lift the board like this, you can damage them. So we don't really find the bearings to replace the bearings very often. I mean, we use NSK bearings in the motors, so we it's also a big plus. We don't use any cheap bearings, so they are good bearings. They last a very long time. So no, I can't think last time that I replaced a bearing in the motor. We have customers ride thousands of kilometers, and they've never done it, as far as I know, at least.
I changed it because first of all, it was a friend for me. Now I'm going to put this question now. But I changed it because one time I speak with a company that I have a board, and was the motor was doing some noising, and I say, oh, the motor is damaged. And one guy from me, a friend, I asked him, and he said, you just have to open. And I opened, and that was 10 minutes later, the motor was fine again, because was one of the bearings was not working so well. And sometimes I think it's easy for you to do in your house, change the motor and don't reach the company. That is just a thing of 5 minutes. And sometimes calling you guys and changing everything, and you have to chip it, and you have to do lots of things. Sometimes it's easy for you to go to the community. That's what I'm going to bring here more, to change the bearings of the motors. You think the motor is damaged, and that is just a simple thing. Is going to be good for you guys, the companies, because it's going to be an issue so smaller, because changing a bearing is about 5 minutes, 10 minutes maximum. I think that is easy. And
yes,
sometimes
very simple. You got two bearings in our motors. I'm assuming you have exactly the same kind of design. Two bearings, one at the top, one at the bottom. Yeah. And it's pretty easy. I mean, it's not that hard. Once you remove the cap out of the main motor, you just push the bearings out, 1 and 2, and it's easy.
You have to just watch it with your fingers, because that is very fast when you take it out and put it again, because that is
especially when you close the motor again.
Yes, but I think that is easy, and sometimes it's very interesting to see what you have inside, and to learn a little more of the technology. I think that is very nice. But if you don't know how to do it, don't try it. It's not that maybe you're going to damage something.
Don't
then
try.
I have
That's right.
if you have I have another question. Is like what happened when you jump with your boards?
I did jumps with the S2 more than the G4. You can handle jumps. I'll tell you this now. Like the frame is designed to handle jumps, no problem. So that's not a problem. The thing that I think you need to be careful is, obviously, it's a heavy board. If something goes wrong, if you do jumps, you need bindings, and if you do bindings, you are strapped to the board. And if something goes wrong, it's a heavy board. It's dangerous. So that's the reason why I personally don't do a lot of jumps, because I'm scared to snap it's not my leg. But I did do some jumps. It's completely fine. As you can see there, you can jump on the board. It will be 100% fine. It's designed to handle shocks like that.
You can change it. That's what I was with this video now, because I want to show this. First of all, is this one. You can here. You can adjust everything in your board. That was in the beginning. I want to talk about that, and then I forget. You can adjust everything there.
That's right.
Is easy. Then you can happen when you change it. Look at the difference. One is fast, the other one is slow. You're going to see the difference.
Yeah, so that's called the rebound. So in a shock, there is usually 3 parameters. There is compression rate, rebound rate, and preload. So we don't have a compression rate on these kind of shocks. By the way, these are shocks that we design. We don't buy these off the shelf of mountain bike shops or anything. We actually went to the extent of designing the actual shock, not just the spring. I'm doing the actual whole suspension system, because it's a very unique. Again, it's not like if you put a mountain bike shock in here, it's not going to work. It's going to be way too stiff, because the how it works is very different. So we had to go to the extent of designing our own shock for this purpose. So the knob that in the video been changed is called the rebound. So it's how fast the board reacts once it's been compressed. And you can see how when you go up, like compress, and then it goes up when it goes fast, when it goes slow. And that helps to stability of the board over like when you go fast. It helps if you want to go very off-road, like you want more reaction out of the suspension. So you can tweak all this sort of stuff. It's just literally just like a mountain bike shock in that case. You just change a little knob and you you set it how you prefer.
Here you can see it, the difference. Then we go to the wheels. That is so easy to change it.
One nut. That's all you need to do. Just remove one nut and remove it and put it back. I think it's the simplest wheel swap on any e-board. It's literally one nut.
Simple as butter. My friend, I have another question here. Is for the binding.
Yeah.
Let's see. You see that there was no question. As any the bindings in your boards. Do you going to?
Yeah.
What is the question? What do you think about the bindings? You use these bindings. I use these bindings too. I have in my house the same bindings that what you have. Do you think you're going to create another bindings for your boards in the future?
So honestly, I'm thinking more and more that not just us, but a little bit the whole electric skateboard community do need like good bindings. I'm not saying bindings are bad. Like for example, I think the best bindings, and I ride with this sometimes, are the S2 bindings, which I don't even know who makes them anymore, because before was Freeboard and I think now it's Summerboard. Not sure. Don't take my word as true. But I think that's the best one, because you can still come off if you have to, but you still have plenty of grip. The idea is to make something like that eventually for anyone. So anyone wants a binding like that. I know they're very hard to find, the S2 bindings. So we have in mind to create something like that.
Okay, that is a very, very good thing, because I think with the sport,
I'll be more than happy to use S2 bindings. Sorry, I think there is a delay. I was saying I will be more than happy to use the S2 bindings, which actually we used to provide them with the board, because we used to be able to talk to Freeboard, which has a store here in I think it was New Zealand, not Australia, and we used to be able to order them from them, a good bunch, and sell it with the board. But I think since they closed it, it's impossible for us to buy them. But if they will sell it to us, I think would be the best. I think the best bindings, honestly.
Yeah, I have close to 3 or 4 of them. I don't know. Yeah, I have one. I have one from this.
Yeah.
I have 3 or 4 sets. Yes, I buy the white ones just because when I paint the board or make the new what's the name, I don't know the name. When you make a new grip tape, then I try to work with the grip tape, and in white you can change always. Yeah, you can change the colors what you want, and I think is amazing. But lots of persons use the MBS. I don't know, but that is more
MBS?
for other. Yes, for the trunk. But you have done your feet are you cannot move it.
Are stuck.
Are stuck.
That's right.
Lots of that is not so very nice. Then, my friend, the next, and we coming to the end. I just want to show to everybody, because then it's going to be easy for everybody to see it. That's what you're going to find.
Freeboard. Okay, Steve. Freeboard is still selling this. Okay.
I don't know if they are selling off of order, my friend. They are not selling. It's off of order.
Okay.
Sold out.
Okay. That's very hard to find. I think.
Yeah. I know that I buy this ones, and then they stop it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I think it is very sad.
I don't know
because, but that is the bindings what I was talking about. We are talking about, the two of us.
Yes.
We're going to leave it. Of course, I think we answered this question to Dan. Dan is from UK, and is a fantastic rider. And let's see what is just talking with each other. Then you talk about the light. The light is the same, or there is something new on the back, and then is the same lights you use like before? in the back and in the front?
Okay, so the lights for us, I'm going to show it towards the board. I actually can show it in the images. Got there.
Yeah.
The lights for us, the lights are very important because it gives the look of the board. I'm Italian, so obviously for me, design is very important. Like something looks good, it's a high priority. Doesn't just need to perform well. So there are companies out there that make, you know.
Your mamma o your mamma e your papa, che fai tu? Tutto perfetto, por favore, italiano. You have to make perfect, my friend. That is the typical Italianish. You have to do it everything.
Yeah, but
like
it needs to look good.
Yes.
Design, that's right. If it looks like a boat, I'm not gonna produce, even if it's like it has extreme range or things like that, like stuff like that. But if it looks like a boat, to me, it's not good. I prefer, you know, lose a little range, but make it look like sexy. That's what is important to me. Okay. So the lights in this case, we end up choosing this light, which is a very bright light, and I like this light because it really followed the lines and the geometry of the board. Like you got this kind of like angles shape, which it follows the shapes of the whole board. And for the back, it's the exact same thing. So let me turn around the board. The back is this. In this case, this is a custom design light. So you can see that we went again for the shape that follows the shape of the arms and the overall design of the board. And we included obviously brake lights. So when you brake, okay, so for example, let me pair with the board. There we go. So for example, when I press the brake,
oh, nice.
It's like a car. Okay.
That is nice.
When you have the lights on, so I don't know if you can really see it, the lights are on.
Yeah.
But when you brake, same thing.
Whoa.
It turns on. So this is something, it's more like a gimmick thing, but in terms of like your ability of doing this. But to me, it's mostly for me, it's a design. Like it needs to look good, and the shape, it fits very nice with this. It is. We also have indicators. I don't know how to connect it to these board indicators, but on the top, the picture that I sent you, I think yesterday on Facebook, you were able to see it. I believe you can see like we also have indicators. So for example, when you press in here, can you see these little arrows? When you press, that's right. There we go. That's the indicator left, I think, on.
Yeah,
so when you press and hold there, you put the left indicator on and off. I've got another board. I can show you another board if you want to see live.
Yes, of course.
Okay, let me grab the other board now.
Yeah. For all of you guys there, this is Alex. If you have any questions that I forget, please just shoot it, and we're going to ask to him. He's trying to show us everything, and then you can see it. How magic is this board? No, we're going to come back. Give me a second. Oh, yeah, perfect, Alessandro.
Yeah,
please.
Okay, so this board is a bit more dirty, but same thing.
Yes, no problem.
When you press and hold the left, you got this happening. Press and hold the other side. It's happening. You have the lights on.
That is.
And if you want to turn it off, brakes. So this is like a car. We're trying to follow the car industry more than the skateboard industry.
Well, that is very nice. That is very good.
And you have a little vibrator. Don't know if you can hear.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Of course.
So this is just telling you the indicator is on.
That is beautiful, my friend. That is very nice. Alessandro, How is your control? Is your control with the batteries that you have to exchange, or the control, the remote control is you just have to charge it?
No, you just charge it. There is a little micro USB port at the front here, and you can charge as you're riding as well. So let's say you have a little portable charger, like this is not very little, but this is a portable charger. You can just plug it in, like, oh, the battery is low. You just plug it in. You can keep you can ride as you're charging as well.
Like a good rider, I always take one with me.
Yes.
That's one of the things you have to take. Do you think in the future, I don't know, do you think in the future you're going to make like USB entry for the board that maybe people can charge something, or put some extra lights or something like that?
You can put extra light if you want to already as it is now. You can connect it to pretty much what the headlights output is. If you do, contact us first, so just to make sure that it doesn't kill the MOSFET inside. The USB in the board, I don't know. I feel like everyone now has portable charger anyway, because phones. If the last one day, it's already a long time. So no, I don't think we're gonna put any USB into the board. It's just more trouble than anything. Just to charge your phone. Sorry, your remote.
Control. Yes, and
like you said, these are cheap.
Yes, this is, you can buy it for
cheap. You can put it anywhere. Yeah,
I have all the time with me because I always charging everything, and everybody there who has a board, like Alessandro told, buy something like that. That is very important. Sometimes can happen something to your controller or your phone, and you have to have
even your phone.
Yes.
You get lost riding the board and your phone is dead. You don't know how to get home, or I don't know, something happened. You need to call for an emergency or anything. It's small enough. You just charge it once, and then you charge it once. It's discharged again. I always bring it with me anywhere I go, even if I'm not with the board.
Yes, I do the same thing. That is a very good thing. We are now to 2 hours. I was thinking that is not going to be a very big interview, but I like that. Thank you so much for coming. I think that you are
no problem.
For the first time, I just want to say something, my friend. Do we forget something? I want to. I know that we are here to talk about the new board, but I don't want to forget to the guys out there who come to see it. You have the new board, and then you have the other board. Was the first one released from you guys? Is that right? This is the first board you released it. The X4.
Yes, they all call it. That's the G4, and we done 4th generation, I'll call it, before that. So the G3, the G2, and for example, the G2, I don't know if you can see, it's right there. That was all carbon.
Wait a second.
Board.
Wait a second. Yes,
this one here.
That
was all carbon board. Very cool, not very good in terms of off-road. Carbon is a terrible idea if you want to do off-road.
Yeah.
But that was the G2. We made only one. It was just to prove the concept. Then we did the G3, and then this is G4. What actually we bring to the market, like in mass production.
Yeah, and then you have here that is the queen of your board. Is that right?
Pantera.
That is
yes,
the best of the best you can get. If you want to have the best, you have the Pantera. I see the videos, and believe it, guys, that is like a monster inside of a board. You're going to receive what you you cannot imagine.
That's a G4X on steroids, pretty much.
Yes, yes, that's right name. That is like the best what you can get. And let me see, if you want to have, then you have the Bajaboard X2. The last one is just the last things what they have, I think that. And then you have the parts there, you have the support. Guys, if you have the chance, go to the website. I leave all the links. Go to the Facebook. You're going to find everything. There is all the videos, all informations. Then you can contact them there. There is the message you can send it. Then you have the Instagram. You're going to find it. All the pictures, all the things. You can ask him there sometimes. What is the best way to contact you guys?
Probably through email. So if you can contact us on through the website, so in the contact us page. Otherwise, you can send an email to hello@bajaboard.com.au or info@bajaboard.com.au. But if it's too hard to remember, just go on our website, contact us, click write what you want, and we'll be able to respond usually within 48 hours. Depends obviously on the question and yeah, inquiry pretty much.
Yeah, if you go to his channel, not going to ask for the other companies. Just ask what you need for Bajaboard, and they're going to take care of you. I know that sometimes these questions don't have nothing to do with your company. Of course, you're not going to receive no answer. It's normal. That is like
we get a lot of spam as well. In you know,
I think you have.
I guess that's normal.
Yeah. But I want just to say another thing. If you have the chance, you go to Jay Boston. Jay Morton released a video from the Bajaboard, and you can go there and you're going to see he's talking about everything. I can put here. I think with Jay, I don't have no problems.
He's also going to make another video, so he has to come and take the board back because he wants to make another video, and that will be more detailed video of the
this guy
S2.
This guy is this guy. I don't know the portability electricity vehicle is as inside there. You can see it. Then you can see lots. There is Jay Boston. That is the last one from him. If you guys have the chance, I'm going to leave the link from Jay Boston. Maybe you are asking why do you talking about other brands. Jay Boston is a friend for me. I like him. I think he makes a good job. Was lots of critics there for him. I think that is not right to do that. He is a guy who tried to bring lots of concept for us to help the electro mobility and be more open, guys. Jay Boston is a fantastic guy, and he's lots of year with us, all of us, and take care of him. Subscribe. He has a fantastic channel. He's close to 60,000
I think over 50,000.
Yes, and I think that you see here is a guy who knows all the companies. He can show you all the specifications. He can show you the factory, and I think he's a fantastic person. I know him in person. That's why I can tell that he's not just sharing something. And I hope that he has lots of success. He's doing a fantastic job with the new generation of his YouTube channel. Here you can see everything you want from Bajaboard. Today I'm speaking with Alessandro, but here I think you're going to find everything you need to know a little more. Not just for the new board, but everything inside of Bajaboard. How everything is made, how is the new chop. I see the video, I see it. It's very well done. And Alexander, he tells us now that he's doing a new video. Is going to come out. Go there, subscribe, help the guy. That is just going to help all of us. Okay, that is just sharing. That's sharing information. Thank you. Thank you, Jay Boston. You are always a fantastic person for our community. I always like to talk about that. And Alessandro, I want to say, my friend, do you want to say something that we forget that you want to talk about the board? Do you think we talk about everything?
I think we did. We talk a lot, and we went pretty in details about not just this board, but about the company in general. I think I don't think there is anything else to add.
So, my friend, I just want to say first of all, thank you to everybody who came to the live. For everybody is going to see later the video. I hope that that in the future I can see you guys and have a chat. First of all, I want to congratulate you with your big company. I think you have a fantastic company. Stick to your
Thank you.
boards. I think that is the most important thing. You are making lots of products for us. Be yourself, first of all. Don't change the way are you doing. You are Italian, and Italians, they have a special way to do everything. And I have good friends in Italian, and I know how specific is the Italians in design and everything. And I hope in the future, my friend, we can make another video with a new board and share with the guys. And for all of you, my friends, I want to thank for you to come. I hope that you enjoy it. If you have no more questions, please put in a subscribe. If I can answer, I'm going to answer, of course. If I don't know, I'm going to contact Bajaboard and I'm going to ask him, and I'm going to try to help you, or maybe I send you to the right way for you to go and ask the questions to Alexander or for the team of Bajaboard. And I want to tell you, to your baby, to your wife, I hope that you
Thank you.
enjoy your family. That is the best thing what we have. You are Italian, I'm Portuguese. Family is very important for us.
Yeah.
It's the most of the important thing we have. And enjoy your new doctor. Enjoy your new baby Bajaboard. I think you are going to have lots of success. And like always, I'm going to leave the last words for you, for your community, for the guys who going to buy for you, or they love your product, or maybe they want to buy it. Always the last words is for you, my friend.
Okay. Well, if you like these products, you feel free to contact us or follow us on our social media. We do every so often video about this. So also, if you can't afford it, you can always subscribe on our YouTube channel, where we will try to show you and trying to make more entertainment content as well about this and about electric skateboard.
So, my friends, we are going to go out of the live. Thank you very much, Alessandro. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to come here.
You.
That was a fantastic interview. I think you're going to help lots of questions to answer. If you guys have more questions, please just contact them, or you can leave here in a. So, guys, I see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, don't forget, tomorrow morning is ladies riding, like always. Sunday mornings, we always have a lady who rides, and it's going to be Rebecca. She is a fantastic rider. And in the evening, we're going to have not so nice interview. It's going to be with Jason Potten. And I think the people is going to finish him, but I don't care. I think he needs to come here, and everybody has a chance to make all the questions they want. That is open for everybody. That is the right way to do. Yeah, but my friend, life is life. I hope I give the chance for everybody. Just enjoy it. Have a good
of course
weekend. And guys, we are going to go